This one habit completely rewired how I focus. No fancy tools, no dopamine detox, just one simple shift. It took me from constant distraction to deep focus for hours at a time. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to do it too. After 40 years in engineering, I tried every productivity trick under the sun, but nothing actually fixed my focus. Then I started time blocking properly, and that one habit changed everything. So what is time blocking? Well, let's use the engineering mindset on it. At its core, time blocking is just incredibly simple. Instead of working from a to-do list and hoping you find time, you schedule every task as a specific block of time in your calendar. Every time you get interrupted, it takes on average 15 to 20 minutes to get it back into a deep flow state after significant interruption. Time blocking is your way of avoiding that wasted time. Alright, let's get tactical. How do you actually do this? I'll break it down into 3 key steps. Let's open a calendar view. Step 1, audit and the big rocks. Before the week starts, probably on a Friday afternoon, you do a weekly audit. Look at your calendar and identify your fixed blocks. The immovable meetings, the stand-ups, and the syncs. These are your constraints. Now identify your big rocks, the 2 to 3 most important deep work tasks for the week. This is your feature work, the complex bug fix, that design document. These are non-negotiable. You schedule these first. Block out 2 to 3 hour chunks for them, ideally in your biological prime time. And for most engineers, that's the morning. Always was for me. 7 till about 11. I was perfect. Protect these blocks like you protect a production database. Step 2, the daily grind, filling in the gaps. Each day, you're refining the plan around your big rocks and fixed blocks. You'll now schedule your flexible blocks. So the shallow work blocks, this is code reviews, answering Slacks and emails, and administrative rubbish like, I'm not going to loo, batch these instead of checking pull requests all day. Schedule a PR review power hour after lunch. Buffer blocks. This is the most important hack for engineers. You'll get interrupted. A production issue will arise. A colleague will need help. So you proactively schedule buffer time. 30-minute blocks throughout your day. Just enough to handle the unexpected. This prevents your entire schedule from collapsing when chaos inevitably strikes. Break blocks. Seriously, schedule your lunch and short breaks. It prevents burnout and reminds you to step away from the screen. So step 3, execution and the rules of engagement. This is where the rubber meets the road. During a deep work block, your document editor or IDE is full screen. Notifications are off, your phone is face down, your email notifications are off. You are writing coding. If a thought about something else pops into your head, just write it down on a notepad and forget about it until your next buffer block. And when an interruption comes, this is key. Unless the server is literally on fire, your response is, I'm in focus block right now, focus mode, whatever you want to call it, but I'll have free time, a buffer block at 2 p.m. Can I swing by then to help with this? This trains your team and protects your focus. Obviously, you've got to be flexible, but intentional. Your time plan is a guide, it's not the gospel. If a task runs over, you adjust the subsequent blocks. The point isn't rigid adherence, it's intentional awareness of how you're actually spending your time. So let's talk about the tools of the trade. You don't need fancy tools to start. You can begin with whatever calendar you already use. Google Calendar, Outlook. I use Thunderbird. Whatever. The color coding feature is your best friend here. Although it's not that great in Thunderbird. As you get more advanced, you might look into some dedicated tools like Sunsama or, Akiflow, which are built for this method. But personally, I do really think a calendar app is perfectly good. The tool matters less than the discipline. You get into this discipline and you will change your day. The one tool I do recommend is a physical or digital notepad for those really intrusive thoughts I mentioned earlier. It acts like mental RAM dump, so you can stay focused on the task at hand. Pen and paper is perfectly good. It's my favourite. I lose TXT files all over the place, but my pad is always nearby. Let's talk about where people fail so you don't have to. Pitfall number 1, underestimating task time. You think a code review will take 30 minutes and it takes 90. Your whole schedule is shot. Solution: start padding your estimates. A good rule of thumb is somewhere between 1.5 times and 2 times. Add 50% and then you can work from there. You'll get better as you get more practice at it. Pitfall number 2, not using buffer blocks. These are really important. It's the number one reason why schedules will always fail. If you don't plan for interruptions, they will plan your day for you. As a project manager, I used to put in buffers left, right and center. Pitfall number 3, being too rigid. The goal is control, not perfection. If an emergency blows up your morning, just take 5 minutes before lunch to reschedule your afternoon, reblock it. The system is resilient if you let it be. Quick recap. Time blocking for engineers. The core idea is you treat your calendar like a CPU scheduler. Plan your work in advance to minimize costly context switches and protect your focus like nothing else. The 3-step framework. Step 1, weekly audit, the big stuff. Identify your fixed blocks, mark all those immovable meetings and syncs. Step 2, we're going to do the big stuff, the rocks that you really want to get out of the way. Block out 2 to 3 hour chunks for your most important deep work tasks. Write in a document, whatever it is. And make sure that these are really in your prime time. As I said, mornings are best for me. Step 2, the daily grind. Now fill all those gaps. So we're batching now the shallow work. Schedule specific blocks for code reviews, emails and Slack. E.g. a PR review power hour. Create buffer blocks. This is critical. Proactively schedule 30 to 60 minute blocks to handle interruptions and any unexpected tasks like, production issues. And it won't then derail your entire day. And the last thing is schedule your breaks. Literally block time for lunch and cups of coffee or whatever it is to prevent your burnout. You need to take that time out. So step 3, the execution. Rules. These are needed. Defend deep work. During a deep work block, go full screen. Turn off your notifications and do not check your email or messages. Manage your interruptions politely. Defer non-critical requests. I'm in focus mode now. It's my block of time. I can help you during my buffer block at 2 p.m. Be flexible, not rigid. Your plan is a guide. If a task overruns, adjust the subsequent blocks. The goal is intentional control, not perfect adherence. So look at the key pitfalls and tips again. Start with the existing calendar. It just makes it so much easier. You don't have to learn anything new. Use color coding. Estimate your time. If you do it poorly, pad your initial time estimates by 50% or even 100%. Double the time until you get better at it. The number one mistake is not using buffer blocks. Really, if you don't plan for interruptions, they will derail your day. Use a mental RAM dump. Keep a notepad handy to jot down intrusive thoughts during focus blocks, so you can forget them until later. Honestly, whenever I write anything down, it gets it out of my mind. I can concentrate on the next thing. So there you have it. Time blocking isn't a magic trick. It's a strategic system for taking back control of your workday. It's the difference between reactive and being intentional. And if you want to grab even more time, check out this video next on running meetings. See ya.